This video blog is going to be a little different than the past 20 odd video blogs in terms of my coming out journey. I'm going to take a break from that because I got a request via email from a YouTube subscriber asking if I could share my high school experience and provide any advice about being closeted or being gay and going through high school and whatnot. So yeah, I'll use this video blog just for that. So unfortunately, the video blogs about my coming out journey, I feel like all kind of end with a positive spin, and I'm sure I'll be positive at the end of this one as well. But just being forward about everything, high school was very cloudy for me. I constantly rejected my sexuality, so anytime I noticed I was attracted towards a dude, a friend, someone in the media that was a guy, I rejected it. I told myself no. I got upset with myself mentally. Obviously, it was no one could externally see what I was going through, but internally, it was a mess. That being said, I went to an all-boys Catholic high school out in the suburbs of Chicago. I had a lot of great memories, a lot of great sport memories, a lot of amazing friendships that I still hold on to today. High school was great for the most part. It's just that mental aspect. When I wasn't in a sporting event, when I wasn't, taking an exam, when I wasn't in a deep conversation, serious conversation, when I wasn't, when I wasn't doing something very specific that I was focused on, I feel like a lot of times my sexuality was knocking at the door. It was asking me to listen, to acknowledge who I am, it was always letting me know, like, hey, there's a guy over there, he's kind of cute, and then I was just like, no, that's not who I am. I'm Catholic. I was raised in a good family. Like, we don't, I can't be gay. I'm not gay. That's not right, And so I always searched to be like this normal figure, this normal guy. I always searched to be just like everybody else. And, when I think about it, a lot of times the memories I have from high school, I don't want to say all of them or majority of them, but at least some of them were memories of me kind of like watching. I watched the memories be made. I did not necessarily take part in the memories. And I don't want to say that's 100% true. There were definitely a lot of times when I was a part of it. But I think because I was so afraid of someone questioning my sexuality or someone calling me a name as a joke, whether it was gay or faggot or whatever, as a buddy to buddy joke, I didn't want that stuff to happen. I knew what those words did to me mentally. They put me in a very negative, scary place. They dug the hole deeper, if you will. And so I just think I didn't really grow into my own skin at all in high school. And that lingered into high school or into college a little bit too. But high school was definitely pretty hard mentally. And it's funny because I feel like even if you are someone who doesn't struggle with your sexuality, we all grow into this like approval. We all develop in this approval-based society. If society, your family, your friends don't approve of what you're doing, the sport you're playing, the how masculine you are, how feminine you are, the music you listen to, the clothing you wear, then you're gonna think twice about doing it. You're gonna think twice about wearing something. You might even think 10 or 15 times and never even actually wear that article of clothing or listen to that music or play that sport because you're just afraid of not being approved of. So, what I'm getting at is it's funny because it's not just someone who deals with sexuality issues. There's a lot of different issues, and we all kind of have that common ground of wanting to be approved of, wanting to be liked, wanting to be like everyone else to a certain extent. And I just find that super interesting. So that being said, I have a couple notes here. I didn't want to forget anything. That's kind of how my high school life was. Like I said, it was great hanging out with my buddies at an all-boys Catholic high school all day long and joking about passing gas and huge foreheads and this and that. But at the same time, mentally, I was always struggling with something deeper than a laugh or a joke or a high five. I was struggling with a big part of me. It's not something that defines me, but at the same time, it's your sexuality. It's who you're attracted to. It's eventually the type of person I want to be with for the rest of my life. And if I didn't know what that was in high school or didn't accept it or acknowledge it, which lingered in college, it was tough. So that being said, advice. I think today is a very different world than it was for me, which was only 10 years ago for high school. So I really do feel like today's high school generation, is way more accepting than my high school generation. Not that mine wasn't, but today's is just way more. And today's world is way more accepting. It's way more liberal and progressive, forward-moving, which is a good thing. So I hope that advice-wise, you're going to be afraid, you're going to be worried, you're going to be scared to be something that you're afraid people won't approve of, or because you're not normal, or because you're not like everybody else. But I think the biggest advice I can get is you have to love yourself first before you make any move, any big decision in your life, whether it's coming out, whether that's changing careers, whether that's moving, whether it's whatever it is, go back to school. Like, you have to love yourself and trust yourself before you can make any decision. And once you get to that point where you can actually acknowledge who you are and love every part of who you are, then you can move forward in the right direction. So I hope that was good for the person who wrote the email. I hope you enjoyed that. If you ever have any questions, obviously email me again. But I'm going to play a song now for the vlog. Where are we at? Okay. It's called The Fighter by Gym Class Heroes featuring Ryan Tedder. I almost feel like I played this before in a different video blog, but I'll play it again. It's a great song. That's when you press on, lean in. Half the population just waiting to see me fail. Yeah, right, you better off trying to freeze hell. Some of us do it for the females, and others do it for the retail. But I do it for the kids, life through the time we're in on. Every time you fall, it's only making your chin strong. And I'll be in your corner like Mick, baby, till the end. And when you hear a song from that big lady, until the referee rings the bell, until both your eyes start to swell, until the crowd goes home. What we gonna do, y'all? Give them hell, turn the heads. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they say me, say me, say me. There goes the fighter. All right. So kind of like they say in the song, waiting for people wanting to see you fail. I don't know what the context was for that, but I feel like someone who's closeted might have that fear, or you're afraid that your friends aren't going to stay your friends. You're afraid your family's not going to stay your family. And I think the biggest part for me about coming out, and that I was excited and happy that I did during my coming out, was listening. When I came out to people, I told them my story, I told them my spiel, I told them where I was at, I asked for help, and I listened to what they had to say. Not everybody was on board 100% right away, not everybody was excited about it 100% right away, but I gave them time. If it was someone I really cared about and loved, them seeing that I wasn't going to change because they came out, and if anything, the only change I would have would be more of a happiness for myself, a happier life for myself. I knew deep down they would come around, and I think that's true for most people. I'm sure there are some hard-headed people that will never accept the LGBT community, and maybe they are people in your family or your group of friends. But I think the most important person to want acceptance from is yourself. You have to accept yourself, because if you can't, you're never going to win. You're never going to become successful in life in the way that you can be. So I hope you guys like the vlog, and I'll see you next time.